Hi friends, I'm John Laspina, the Carnivore Teacher. Today we're going to talk about our liver, very large organ that performs many jobs simultaneously in our body. It's important to take care of our liver, to protect our liver. Did you know that the liver has special abilities? That if part of it has to be removed or is damaged, it can regrow itself, almost like a lizard's tail. It's true. We can't regrow our heart muscle. We can't regrow a kidney, but we can regrow our liver. Isn't that amazing? Not the whole thing, but if part of it's damaged, it can grow back. This organ has been given a lot of special abilities and a lot of functions to perform by God in nature. So let's take a look at it, okay? You have the liver, there's a picture of it, the right hepatic duct, the hepatic portal vein, the common hepatic duct. I'm going down counterclockwise there. You see the gallbladder. We often talk about our gallbladder. Some people get gallstones. That's where they get these stones in that gallbladder that you see in this picture. And the gallbladder is where we store our bile that the liver makes. The main job of the bile, does a few jobs, is to break down the fat that we eat so that it can be used to absorb vitamins A, D, E, and K, and for energy and for nutrition. This is important. And if you have your gallbladder removed, your liver will still make bile and it will drip out, but at a steady rate. So people who have removed their gallbladder have to eat smaller meals sometimes, or they can take bile salts, or their area, you can see it right here, instead of the gallbladder, an outpouching can sometimes be created by your own body to create a replacement for the gallbladder. It actually happens to many people. So continuing down there, we see the duodenum, the first pass of the small intestine. You see the common bile duct. There's our pancreas, by the way. You see it in there where it's located. There's our stomach. There's the hepatic artery, the spleen. That's where red blood cells go to die. And then we have the left hepatic duct up there. You can't live without your liver. Your liver performs so many important jobs. It's shaped like a cone. The liver is a dark reddish brown organ that weighs about 3 pounds. There are 2 distinct sources that supply blood to the liver, including oxygenated blood flow in from the hepatic artery, and nutrient-rich blood flows in from the hepatic portal veins. The liver holds about 1 pint, 13%, of the body's blood supply at any given moment. The liver consists of 2 main lobes. Both are made up of 8 segments that consist of 1,000 lobes, smaller lobes. These lobules are connected to small ducts or tubes that connect with larger ducts to form the common hepatic duct. The common hepatic duct transports the bile made by the liver cells to the gallbladder and the duodenum, the first part of the small intestines, via the common bile duct. So what are some of those enormous amounts of jobs that the liver performs? It regulates most chemical levels in the blood and excretes a product called bile. This helps carry away waste products from the liver. It also breaks down fat so that our body can absorb the fat. All the blood leaving the stomach and intestines pass through the liver. The liver processes this blood and breaks down, balances, and creates the nutrients, and also metabolizes drugs into forms that are easier to use for the rest of the body or that are non-toxic. More than 500 vital functions have been identified with the liver. Some of these functions are well known and some of them are not. It's the production of bile. It's the production of certain proteins for blood plasma. It's the production of cholesterol. Now, cholesterol is made in many parts of the body, but the liver, it's cholesterol, special proteins to help carry away fats through the body. Conversion of excess glucose into glycogen for storage. Glycogen can later be converted back to glucose for energy and to balance and make glucose as needed. Then the liver performs gluconeogenesis, where it takes proteins and fatty acids and converts it into a type of sugar that can be used like glycogen. And that's why we don't need to consume any sugar at all in our diet. We don't need to consume any carbohydrates because through gluconeogenesis, our liver makes just the amount of glucose that parts of our body need on demand. Another job is denovolipogenesis. You hear the word lipo in there, and genesis means the creation of. Lipo means fat. The liver will take extra sugar that you eat. If you're eating a lot of carbohydrates and sugar, the liver will convert that into fat and store it around the liver, and that eventually spills over into other parts of the body, making us obese. That's denovolipogenesis. That's there so that we have future fuel. In the future, in a time of famine, we can live off of the fat from our body. Now, eating a ketogenic, ketovore, carnivore way of eating, we are using this denovolipogenesis and this gluconeogenesis constantly. We are living off of the fat on our body. We are making glucose from the liver, and we're doing this constantly. We're generating ketones for fuel from fatty acids. Let's go on. Regulation of blood cells of amino acids, which form the building blocks of proteins. Processing of hemoglobin for use of its iron content. The liver stores iron. Conversion of poisonous ammonia to urea. Urea is the end product of protein metabolism that gets excreted out through your urine. And clearing the blood of drugs and other poisonous substances. Mind you, the liver is not a filter where things get stuck in it. The liver tags toxins. It tags medicines and directs them to different parts of the body. And yes, it converts them. The toxic parts get excreted out through your bowels and your urine. So the liver does not contain any of the toxins. The liver processes and directs the toxins on their journey in different directions. The liver clears the blood of drugs and other poisonous substances. It doesn't filter it, it clears it. It regulates blood clotting, resisting infections by making immune factors and removing bacteria from the bloodstream, clearance of bilirubin, also from the red blood cells. If there is an accumulation of bilirubin, the skin and eyes turn yellow. You've heard of that. It's called jaundice. When the liver has broken down harmful substances, its byproducts are excreted into the bile or blood. Bile byproducts enter the intestine and leave the body in the form of feces. Blood byproducts are filtered out by the kidneys and leave the body in the form of urine. So our liver, this amazing organ that we have, that was just a few of the jobs that the liver performs almost simultaneously. Our liver's amazing. Don't tax your liver or abuse your liver by drinking alcohol. Don't tax your liver or abuse your liver by putting fructose in your body. High fructose corn syrup, or even a lot of fructose from fruit. You can have a little bit because your liver knows how to handle a little bit of fructose. But in today's modern fruits that are out in the grocery store, they have been bred to be way sweeter with a higher fructose content. They are bred to be larger, and they're available 24/7, 365 days a year from all over the world. And as human beings, we were not meant to be eating all of this fruit all of the time from all over the world. We can have some fruit when they're in season in the geographic location where we live, and you probably won't have that much because then there wouldn't be any more on the tree. It's only ripe for a certain amount of time, and that's it for the whole rest of the entire year. Consuming fruit from the grocery store every single week, that's too much fructose. You're taxing your liver. It's too much. And alcohol, any drop of alcohol, yes, your body can handle it, but some people drink too much and they're taxing their liver. Your liver has to do all those other jobs I just mentioned. Why take away your liver's bandwidth ability to take care of you by performing those other jobs when you're making the liver's job consumed with processing alcohol and fructose? You see where I'm going? Take care of your liver by not giving it fructose. Now, table sugar is 50% fructose and 50% glucose. So every sweetened product out there in the standard American diet is loaded with fructose. It is. We don't realize that there's a lot of fructose in ketchup and barbecue sauce and other condiments and salad dressings, in all the soft drinks. Fruit juices are terrible. They are hard. I know you've heard the opposite, that orange juice is healthy for you, grapefruit juice is good for you. It's too much sugar, where we're not meant to juice the fruits and just drink their juice without all the fiber. It's so bad for you. It's so bad to drink fruit juice. It's too much sugar, too much fructose. A lot of people get non-alcoholic fatty liver disease because they're consuming so much fructose in their way of eating, and they don't even realize it. So be conscious, be aware, cut out the fruit juice, cut out the soda, cut out the condiments, and eat a carnivore or ketovore way of eating where you have very little, none, no carbohydrates, and no fruit, no high fructose corn syrup. If you want to have fruit, you have a handful of maybe strawberries or blueberries a day, and a handful fits in your hand. We're talking 8 blueberries, 3 strawberries maybe, and that's it. That's it. That's what your liver was meant to handle. Your liver's not meant to handle all the fruit that we buy in the grocery store, all the bananas and all the apples, all the peaches, all the plums, all the grapes. It's too much fructose. Our body never had access to all of this for millions of years. In today's modern society, we now, through transportation and technology and preservation and the way they've bred them to be bigger and larger and sweeter, we have too much fruit available. And our body has not adapted to this. We don't adapt that fast. Take care of your liver, ladies and gentlemen. One last look at this picture here. Take care of it, along with the other organs in your body, and you will be well. You could do that through a carnivore way of eating or a ketovore way of eating. Have a good day.